Hi everybody! Today I am going to show you my new vegan creamy cilantro and lime dressing. Literally for years I've been trying to either find a recipe or come up with one that reminded me of a cilantro dressing I used to get down at a Mexican restaurant in California, but I've never really been happy with the results. Then when I became vegan, I figured, well, I've got to give up on that dream because, right, it's going to need something dairy or something creamy in it. But that turns out not to be true. So the best recipes come about from a craving and then working with what you have on hand. So one day I really wanted to have a rice bowl with a creamy cilantro dressing. I had some cilantro, but that was about it. I didn't even have an avocado, which a lot of these dressings have. But honestly, if I have a good avocado, I would rather cut it up and have it on top of my rice bowl or salad instead of in the dressing. And then I remembered our friends Brenda and Shar made us this delicious meal one time. It was a rice bowl with a vegan creamy curry sauce dressing on top, and it used garbanzo beans as its thickener. And I knew I had garbanzo beans, so that's where this all started. So hopefully you'll have some of these still in your cupboard from the roasted chickpeas. So you'll need a can of those. So all you're going to need is your blender. That's the only tool. So let me show you what goes into it, and I'll tell you a few things along the way. And another thing about the avocados is, you know, they're not always seasonal. You may not always have them on hand. They have a short lifespan and they're a little expensive. So you'll probably always have a can of garbanzo beans in your pantry. So here's what we need to do. In your blender bowl, you're going to add 1 cup of the garbanzo beans, drained and rinsed. This won't be quite the full can. Don't be tempted to put the full can in, Mom, because it really doesn't need the whole can. Just use those to sprinkle on top of your salad or for something else. So 1 cup of rinsed and drained garbanzo beans, 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of lime juice, which I have found if you get a good medium-sized lime that's pretty juicy, feels like it has a lot of juice inside, that's enough. Maybe buy 2 just in case. Give it a little roll on your counter before juicing it. It helps get that juice out. If you don't have lime juice, I have experimented and tried it with lemon juice, and it is also good. So I generally have lemon juice either frozen or on hand more often, so don't let that stop you from making it, but the lime is better. 1/4 cup of lime juice. 1/4 cup of coconut milk, just your canned coconut milk. It's not going to be the whole can, obviously. Put it in the Tupperware, put it in your fridge, use it to, you know, cream up some sauces, put it in with your rice. It's really good just to add to things for creaminess. So 1/4 cup of coconut milk, 1/4 cup of, and you notice I use a lot of 1/4 cups. I try to make the recipes easy, so it's all using the same measuring cup when possible. 1/4 cup of grapeseed oil. Again, this is just my preference of a mild vegetable oil. Get the lid off. But if you don't have this, you can use whatever mild flavored vegetable oil you have, like a canola oil or something. Just not, probably not olive oil. That might change the flavor a little bit too much. So 1/4 cup. Okay. Then as far as the cilantro, get a nice bunch of cilantro. Rinse it really well since it's going to be raw, not cooked. You should anyway, but especially then. I kind of just in my hand divide it in half. You want just a good handful. I take a big knife and sort of cut it this way towards the leaves, just to avoid as many of the big stems as possible. And then I'll usually just pick out the bigger stems. This one looks pretty good, not too many. Okay, so see, 1 good handful. 2 good-sized cloves of garlic. This is an easy way to get the skin off. Just smash them with your knife. And then the peel just comes right off. I cut that little stem end off. Just a little bit of a rough chop. That in there. And then a jalapeno. Now, I like things spicy. I'll do, cut the end off. I'll cut it in half. And if you like it really spicy, leave the seeds and the membrane in. I usually will take most of the seeds and membrane out of 1/2. That's about the spiciness that I like. If you're worried about it being too spicy, either take all of the stems and the membrane out, or if you're really worried, blend it up really quick first, taste it, see if you think you can add the jalapeno, and then just add half to start with. You'll figure out your own spice level, but to me this is just right. Half seeded. Just a rough chop to help it with the blending. That's it. I start with about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then I taste it, and you can add more later if you need to. A little bit of pepper. And then you just blend it to the consistency that you like. I usually scrape down the bowl once or twice during the process just to make sure all the leaves are getting down there. So if you have a cute little bottle like this or something, that's what I like to do, is pour it in here. Just keep it in your fridge. If you want it thinner, now you can blend it more than this. This is a little bit chunky. You can blend it more. You can thin it by adding a little bit more water or lime juice. And just leave that there. I can really smell it. I can smell the lime and the garlic and the cilantro. So that's great to have in the fridge. I have used this on salads, of course. I've also drizzled it on baked potatoes. I'm thinking it will be really good mixed in with some mashed potatoes, and definitely over any kind of rice bowl. You know, as vegans, a really good complete protein is anything with rice and beans. So you could make rice with black beans and corn and drizzle this over it, and you've got a complete meal right there. I'm just going to toss a little bit on this lettuce that I have here. Something that I like to do when I'm making a really basic salad like this is if you have any fresh basil, you could chop up a little bit of that and put it in. It really adds a unique and really good flavor. There, with my avocado that I'm putting on top instead of in the dressing. Maybe a few of my extra garbanzo beans. And also crumbling up some tortilla chips. That's really good on top of this dressing. Or on a taco salad. That's really good. Can you tell I love this stuff? I put it on everything. It's really good. It's perfect. It tastes more like that one from that restaurant than anything else I've tried to make before. So I hope you'll give this a try. It's a great vegan option, and you can start thinking about other things you can use garbanzo beans for thickening. Think gravy and other sauces. We can come up with all kinds of fun things. So if you like our videos, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out our website, noboneslife.com, where you'll find all kinds of other recipes and t-shirts and products for you to look around at. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.